Okay, puso maniwiak. So the next project we're going to be doing is a wrap stitch keychain or lanyard. Um, these are the things that you're going to need. You're going to need kakap, which is rope, kakapesa, which is string, amo mi, biput, saponikan, your needle, onakan, your dish, your little bowl, and then your make a seisuk, your beads, and your musokan, your scissors. You always want to start with the nakutana, which is a full arm's length, fingertip to fingertip of your kakapesa. So I'm gonna cut that right now. Keiskaha, kakapesa. And then you're gonna add some beeswax, some amomi, some biput onto your kakapesa, just like that. And I usually run it through twice. I'll do one end, and then I'll run the long way, all the way through. Now this is just gonna keep your string from twisting and turning as much, so it doesn't knot up on you. All right. Then you're going to go ahead and put your needle on, your saponikan. Now, if you're having a hard time with putting your kakapesa through the needle, what I like to do is I'll cut the string at an angle, kind of a deep angle. It creates a point on the end of your string. It makes it much easier to push through. Now, threading a needle can be extremely frustrating. But you can do it. It just takes a little practice. And then I'm going to double my thread. So I'm going to put my two ends together and tie a knot. And just make a little loop knot like that and pull it tight. And I want to make sure my saponikan is Nanawiya, right in the middle. All right. So you're going to take your kakap and you're going to, right underneath where the tape ends, you're going to put your needle through the kakap. Now this might take a little bit of time. There's strands on the inside of the rope that you'll need to wiggle your needle through and pull tight. And then what you're going to do is you're going to add 20 beads. Now, it doesn't have to be exactly 20. This isn't a counting science here. Yeah, about 20. Usually I'll go with like full bead or full needle worth of beads. Maybe I'll do 2 or 3 of those. So I'm gonna pause it right now and I'll come back to that. Okay, so once you have your 20 or so beads on, one way to do this is to go through the very last bead, back through with your needle in a kind of a clockwise direction. And what this does is it'll lock the bead in place. And I will finesse it down a little bit and hold it and pull that tight. All right. So now you can tighten it. You can pull your beads down while holding onto the string. And that is going to keep your beads nice and tight as you're wrapping. All right. You see they won't move. All right. So then you're gonna wrap it around, and you wanna wrap that nice and tight. All right. So now that it's wrapped, you're going to go a little bit past that last bead, and you're going to go through the rope backwards. All right, just a couple of beads back. And you're going to hold it and pull it tight. All right, you always want to keep your beads nice and tight on there. And then when you look at it, you see it's coming back maybe about 2 beads back. You always want to skip a bead. So I'm just going to go through this very last bead. You never want to go through the bead that it's coming out next to, because it's going to pull your beads ahead. It's going to create a gap. So you're going to skip a bead. And now I've got this really tight, so it's really hard to get the needle through there. Take me a second here. All right, and I'm gonna go through that bead. And then you just have to do a little bit of string management, string and rope management. Kakapesa and kakap. And pull it nice and tight. So now you've got your first maybe a row and a half here all set, ready to go. And what you're going to be doing is you're just going to keep adding beads just like that. You're going to add maybe about 20 beads at a time. Some people do more, some people do less. And you can change colors, you can create some kind of a pattern with that. And that's the wrap stitch. It's really simple, real easy to do. You just gotta take a little bit of time and work with it. If you have questions, please let me know. I'm gonna keep going on this. I'm gonna work and I'll share some pictures of how it's going. Maybe a little couple of videos and you'll see what it looks like. Now how? All right. Good luck, Poso. And one last thing. Always remember that I'm showing you a way, not the way. Listen to your elders, listen to your aunties, listen to your mom, listen to, uncles, whoever does beadwork. They have ways that they do it, and they know, and every single way is valid, and they have pointers for you, and you just always listen. I'm always listening to anybody that does beadwork, because they'll always have a special way that they do it. And if they're willing to share with you that way to make you a better beater, you listen. Now how? So, good luck, Poso.